Yo, what up? All right. We got another one from Bill Burr. From Bill Burr. And this is Arnold. Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think. I think that's who he's talking about, I believe. But yeah, Bill Burr. Arnold. Probably talking about him on his podcast or something. Let's go.
I saw myself on that stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thousands of people screaming, Arnold, Arnold, Arnold.
The show?
I was watching that Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary,
Okay.
and oh my God. Episode 2 of that thing was one of the funniest stories. Dude, this guy, he just didn't give a. He went from a bodybuilder, he wants to be an actor, and somehow he starts buying real estate because he heard it was a good investment. He was like, I became a millionaire before I even, tried to act. So then I didn't have to do the bullshit parts.
I became a millionaire in the 70s before I ever took off in the movie business. I did not have to take the bullshit roles.
My agents, they wanted me to do smaller parts, be a character actor. Bullshit. I want to be the star. I want to be the lead, right?
So what the fuck? I don't want to be a character actor. I want to be the leading man. I want to be the star.
What's his fucking attitude? And everyone was telling me he was too big and he had an accent. So he somehow gets a meeting with this guy who's made like 500 movies.
I mean, he's the guy that has made 500 movies and his Academy Awards and Golden Globes. He was a real big shot.
He walks in there with his agent. And I guess the guy was a little fella and he had this giant desk. Schwarzenegger assesses that, and then to start the meeting, he goes, why does a little man need such a big desk?
And the first thing I see is this little guy sitting behind his massive desk. As he got up from his chair, he didn't get much taller. And then I realized that he was really little. So I said, why does a little guy need such a big desk?
The dude lost his mind. The little guy got all mad and he starts, yeah, fuck you, I'm not gonna use you. Can I use you? He was Italian, right? Off the boat. He goes, I cannot use you. He goes, you have an accent. And Schwarzenegger goes, you have an accent too.
And he immediately went nuts. I cannot use you. You have an accent. That's funny you say that. I said, because you have an accent too. I barely can understand you.
He threw him out of his office. He goes, he was walking out of his office and the agent was yelling at him, going, that meeting was 1:45 seconds. In the history of Hollywood, there's never been a faster meeting.
Look at this, Arnold. It was 1 minute and 40 seconds. It was the fastest meeting I've ever had in Hollywood.
I gotta tell you something, man. The brains and the balls on that guy. I mean, I have not stopped thinking about that. How he went in there and just like the power that guy had. It's all dependent on the person he's talking to giving a. And the fact that Schwarzenegger did not give a. The floor went out from underneath this little guy, and he didn't know what to do. I'm sure he tried to
really
stop him from. Long story short, is the guy ended up producing Conan the Barbarian, and Schwarzenegger was up for the role, and he didn't want him to get the role, and Schwarzenegger killed it. He still got it.
Damn.
So the little fella comes down to the set on one of the days, and he watches Schwarzenegger, and Schwarzenegger is killing it. And he said he walked all the way up the hill, up to me, and he just looked at me, and he said, you are Conan the Barbarian.
He comes up the steps, right up to me, and he says, Schwarzenegger, you Conan.
And he walked away. And I was thinking, yeah, I know I am. I have the role. Dude, that fucking ice cold logic. It was so inspiring. Because I've seen a ton of people pretending like they don't give a. But like to believe in yourself to that level. I don't even know what. Then I'm thinking, well, maybe he just went in there and he was so competitive that he was actually like legitimately asking, why does a little guy need such a big desk? Like he was trying to figure him out. Like, what are you doing? You know, with your little socks and shoes over there and your little pants. Like, why do you need this big fucking desk? Did it like intrigue him? It's gonna torture me for the rest of my life. Was he straight up with the guy, or did it not add up? You know, like a cop on the beat for 25 years. It just doesn't make sense, doesn't add up. And he stopped, Columbo, he comes back. It's just one more thing. Why is there, there's a little fellow. Why come I got such and then when the guy got mad, he didn't even flinch and beat him in point counterpoint. It was just, I'm telling you. You got to watch the thing. I remember everybody used to make fun of him, too, when he would drive around in the Hummers.
One car's as big as all outdoors.
Wow, what kind of mileage does it get?
1 highway, 0 city.
None of us knew that he was in the army in Austria and was a tank driver. He used to drive around in a tank with a cigar hanging out of his mouth. I mean, the guy is just like, I don't even know what...
Dang, okay.
It's unreal. You become like, you just watch the thing. I have to watch that episode again. Do you know when somebody just does something so cool, like you wished you did it? You know? And then you start fantasizing that you actually did it. That shit was so cool. I wish I did it, but I can't even trick my own mind in thinking that I would ever do something that as cool as that. The guy's a immigrant. Brutal accent, can barely speak the language, and goes in there and just deep pants is this guy. I would have given anything in the world after he said that to see that little guy's face and his agent. His agent trying to, because his agent wasn't just worried about his client there. He was like, this is not going to meet any of my clients after this one. And to ask that question, oh my God, it's just like poetry.
Why are you showing O.J. Simpson?
Oh God, there's a couple of stories that Arnold tells, man. Oh my God, they're heartbreaking, but it's an incredible.
Arnold.
Oh, I would kill to listen to any of those tapes. Hey, Arnold, we'll get you some small roles and, do some character actor stuff. That's how we're going to... And he's like, bullshit, doing those stupid parts. I want to be the star. And then listening to this guy, going like, how the am I going to make you a star when you talk like that?
Up and at 'em.
Up and at them.
Up and at 'em.
Up and at them.
Up and at 'em.
Up and at them.
Better.
I'm not going to say shit to you. Your bicep is bigger than my head. I mean, that must have been somebody says it in the documentary. Says he has the most incredible career of anybody ever. I mean, as far as like...
Hey, maybe.
And it blows. I know. I'm going on and on about it. We get it, Bill. We get it. We understand it. We're going to check it out.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
What movie is that? I don't know what movie that was. Greatest like Hollywood career. I mean, he was like a bodybuilder, First, well, I guess that Bill said he was in the army. He was a tank driver. He operated the tank, and then he went to the arm. I mean, then he was a bodybuilder, then an actor. Became, one of the top action heroes of his time, I would say. Then he became a politician. He's he's still out there. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he's got a lot of other stuff going on too. With his housekeeper. There's a lot of other stuff too, besides the good things, but it's mostly good. But yeah, Arnold. It takes some nuts though. Bill's right. It takes some nuts to go up in there and be like, I want to be the star. I want to be the star. Like, you gotta have some nuts to command roles that you probably, your voice, your accent is probably not right for. But Conan the Barbarian, like, that's probably the perfect role for Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, you can have his accent, just be accent, use your accent. Yeah, we want you to lean into your accent with this. Shoot, Conan the Barbarian, the Terminator. The Terminator says like 6 words in the whole movie. That's a perfect role for him. I mean, there's a couple other roles that are just perfect for him. You got Terminator 1, 2, all the Terminator movies. You say like 20 words combined in all the movies. I'll be back. That's it. That's like his main. But yeah, Arnold on Netflix. I guess that's like his whole life story. I might check it out. I pretty much have watched Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know who Arnold is. You know what I'm saying?